ಆ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಒಂದು ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಎಲ್ಲದ್ರದ್ದು ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ದು ಡೆಮೋ ವಿಡಿಯೋಸ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಚಾನಲಲ್ಲಿದೆ.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Yesterday we have discussed about how to create doc types, then how to do customization for the core doc types. Then few things like we have discussed the what are all features they have already given in the doc type screens. So those are the points we have discussed. During the discussion, we have discussed one more the point in a child table we have to add. So we have to provide to the customer or the user. We have to provide. We have to give a option to enter the width and length by considering that value of the width and length and breadth. We have to calculate the quantity. So that is what we have discussed yesterday. We have kept us pending so that we have I have developed that. Let me share my screen. Yeah, in the program, I have created one folder called custom script under custom underscore script. In the in your custom app, you can create a folder like this should be a case sensitive. So you have to give this name like this, or maybe that this will be user friendly for the other users. So when you are maintaining any folder, you can maintain like this format. So I just created a custom.
Yeah, Sunil, this is custom scripts. This is in ERP Next app, or this is a special app developed by you?
This is my custom app, sir.
Your custom app, okay.
In custom app, I've created one folder called custom underscore script. So inside that,
okay,
created a sales and underscore invoice file. It is JS file. So here I have wrote code for that. So what are all JS thing we have to perform? You can perform it over here. So it will be it will be reflected in a front end screen. So what I have done is I'm just showing you how you can perform a operation on the main screen and how you can perform on the child table screen. So there are two sections here. This is for the main screen and this is for the child tables.
Okay.
Let me open screen. Sales invoice. So here you can see this is the main screen. Whole thing is the main screen, and what on child table is there? This is child table screen. So if you go to the customize, customize forms. Of sales invoice. This is the child table doc type name which we have used in a sales invoice. So I am writing the code for that. For main form is the sales invoice, and the sub child form doc type name is the sales invoice item. So we can see here, and the variable name we are given for the items. So these are the variable name and these are the doc types name which we have referred from other doc types. So like I have wrote a code for that, like when on screen has happened, then when the screen has loaded, so we have to
Okay.
display one message on the screen. Let me open the console. Let me clear this. I've cleared, nothing is there in the console. So I'm just trying to open a new document. You can see over here, the console, like a message is coming over here. The onload screen, when the performance onload performed, the message is appearing. A message is appearing. Like based on that, like when some page is loaded, you can do you can perform your what the action you want. Something like you can hide some fields, or you can set some values for the field. So those things are all you can do in perform of onload.
Okay.
Like that, we have a list of triggers for that. You can check in like developer cheats. There is a link, I can share it with you. Developer cheats of ERP Next. So if you open this here, they are giving all kind of triggers they have used in server and the front end side. If you search for the triggers,
Good.
yeah, these are the list of triggers we can use in a JS, like setup, on load, refresh, validate, on submit, on post render.
Can you share that link in the
Sure.
The group?
In the chat section, yeah, I'll share.
Yeah, chart. Yeah, chart again. Yeah.
So like that, I have on the onloading of screen. I'm just printing a message. So in child table, what certain action what I have to perform is I have to multiply breadth and width. Then I have to calculate the quantity. So I'm just putting a formula, simple formula here. I'm summing up the both values, breadth and width, and dividing by 100. So that the
Why you have done it to integer? It could be decimal, no?
that is not a problem. So you can remove that and you can multiply with the decimal.
Okay.
You can multiply with decimals also. No problem.
There is no need for any conversion.
No, not required, sir. So once you save any changes in JS file, so you have to reload the screen. So then only the perform like code.
Can you show that code once again? Can you show the code?
Yeah.
Yes, let's see all the.
Yeah.
So you have length is equal to function form CDT CDN. So row is equal to locals. What is CDT CDN?
It is column.
So this is default.
Yeah, default one. That is, it is indicating the column name and the row name.
Okay. Row quantity refresh field quantity refresh field items. Okay. Why are you refreshing the field items?
The field item is which you are given for the child table name. This is the child table variable name. For this variable child table, we have given this variable. So first, I'm refreshing the field quantity. Then I have refreshing the child table also.
Table itself. Okay. Good. Good.
So let's see what is happening there. I'm putting quantity 500 bread and 200.
No, put small one. Small is sufficient.
Okay.
1.5.
Okay.
1.5 by 2.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here also you can see that the value we can print it on the console. We can identify it is validating or not, something like that. So whenever we are debugging something in a JS, we can.
So why you divide by 100? No?
Yeah, divide by 100.
Why you divided by 100?
No, I just give a simple formula. I don't have idea like how it calculates.
Okay, that. Okay.
So like this, we
Vikram?
can perform.
Vikram, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, done.
Then one more main thing is like we have created a folder and the file we have created here that we have to link it to the respective doc type. To link to the doc type, we have to open hook.py program. Hooks.
Okay.
.py program on the below. So we have to mention this thing like a doc type _JS. We have to create a JSON file.
Okay.
With the name of doc type _JS. Then we have to define the key of the doc type name. Then we have to define the path of the program we have developed.
Okay.
Like I'm just mentioning the custom script folder name /ja sales underscore invoice.
Yes. Mhm.
Whenever you did something in a JS file, it will come reflecting, try to reflect there, but we have to refresh once you are done, once you have made any changes. So
Okay,
then
good.
the changes will be reflected.
But amount rate is not calculating. Why?
We are not given the rate till now.
Give the rate. Give rate something. Give
Yeah.
rate. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Good.
Yeah. Okay. So this is we like this we can perform the JS thing, and to do something like a Python, maybe if you want to ask, I can you can ask me. I will tell you. I think from your like requirement now is to be like calculating this breadth and length, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then later we can see that Python validation things. So now we'll move to the bill of materials screens. Before going to the bill of material creations, there are a few masters we have to create. I will tell you that is one is operation master we have to create. Operation list we have to create. It's a master list. Operations we have to create. Then routing we have to create in ERP next. That is up to your requirement. This is not a mandatory thing you need to perform before creating a bill of material, but the standard.
Now let's actually Vikram has one requirement.
Okay.
See, here's one item.
Okay.
Vikram, can you explain?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Can you
Yes,
explain
sir.
your requirement? That is without any routing, without any
Okay.
machinery. So directly, deduct the sub items.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, he will explain. Vinay Vikram will explain.
Okay.
See whether if you can do that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, sir. Say bill of material that we can use this bill of material in manufacturing module.
Okay.
Okay. But in this case, the requirement is like this. If we go for the manufacturing process, then we have to define the route, the expenses, the bill
Work
of
order.
Yeah.
and work order, and so many things. It will come 3-4
Job
steps.
card.
Yeah.
So, but the client is not having a too big factory to mention all these things. They have a small, they will assemble all the items, all the raw materials, and whatever the expenses on a steps they are putting, they will put one expense on that. And on that basis, they want to calculate the cost without doing any further steps. So assembling the process and doing the costing, that's it.
Okay. But they're having like assembly process, right, in their manufacturing.
Assembling process will be there, but they don't want to mention in the system because they don't have a user to enter these all things. They will only do the bill of material, and after finishing, they will put one costing, and that's it. No any further steps they want to enter in the system.
Oh, they don't want to do work order creation, all the things.
Yeah, they don't want to do a work order creation. Like simple it is if I say like for a manufacturing a computer, they will purchase the raw materials, keyboard, mouse from everywhere, and then from that they will either sell each part in pieces pieces also, or they will assemble it and make it one computer, and then they will one computer also.
They will add labor charges of 500 rupees.
Yeah, they will add labor charges, rent charges, 500 rupees to 500 rupees, and they
Per,
want to put that
system.
costing.
So this is actually BOM without operations we want.
Okay. That is no problem, sir. But in their case, maybe they will be like for the single part number, they will be having a single bill of material, right?
It's
Yes.
fixed bill of material.
Only default, only one bill of material will be there for only FG.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But
Then
there is another more complication is there. Like if they attach CPU, then again CPU of 2-3 brands will be there. So at the time of assembling, they can change the in preload. If in BOM, if we define that okay, this screen is of IBM or means let's suppose any other brand, and while the time of assembling that has been changed, so they want to change the raw material also at the time of doing the assembling.
with alternative
Yeah,
item.
with alternative, they have fixed 3-4 brands.
Mhm.
In that, they will change.
Okay, I clear that. I got the point. Then I think only thing is we have to maintain the bill of material. Then we will not do any work order process. We are against the bill of material. Directly we will go to
Yeah.
create some stock for the WebG part number. Then they will make a
Yeah,
new dispatch. No
Yes.
problem.
Okay, first we'll discuss this. Afterwards, we'll go with the complete process.
Sure. Okay. To create a bill of material, only thing is we have to go to the bill of material screen, and
Okay.
you have to click a new button over there, and you can select the product from the product list.
So here I want to ask whether this BOM is related to manufacturing or it's related to inventory transaction.
No, this is actually related. It will not affect for any things, but it is a kind of document creation. That's it.
Okay. So
No.
this is the document creation what we can use in inventory transaction also.
Yes, we can. You can use that.
Okay.
So
Okay, we do one thing. We'll quickly create 2-3 parts
yeah.
like a CPU, mouse, and
Keyboard.
CPU, mouse, and keyboard and monitor.
Okay.
Also create item computer, and then we'll assemble it.
Fine.
No, it's not raw material. It's a CPU also can be sold separately also.
Okay. Product.
Okay, that's the situation.
We can duplicate this now.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
We need to give some opening stock also as well because while assembling they need to.
Opening
Because
stock.
if we do assembling, then they will check for the availability of that item. No?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe for these metals, we have to do a stock entry because I don't think so. Opening stock creation is like only the value thing. We'll create a stock entry for that.
Okay.
Okay, show the stock now.
Your desktop, you have to create the product. Yeah, stock is there for the 10 quantity for keyboard, mouse, everything. Keyboard, mouse, and for the CPU. Stock is available, so we'll make a pricing for the stock.
Can we check at one place all the items are in stock?
Stock ledger is there, no? Stock ledger is showing.
Stock entry report or stock ledger.
Go to ledger, we'll see ledger.
Yeah.
Okay. And the last balance.
Okay, please do one thing. Let this page be open.
Okay.
So you'll make a now BOM. So that we'll come back and then see anytime you want.
Okay. So we are creating a desktop as a bill of material now. We'll take the raw materials. We'll mention the materials here. CPU, keyboard, and mouse.
Mouse select 2.
Okay. So I'm not selecting any operation. I'm not selecting any routing here. So I'm going to save the bill of material. It is saved. It got saved. So this is the desktop bill of material. It is in draft mode. So we can verify all the things like what the raw material cost we are paying for that. So this is total raw material.
Operating cost, you put 500 rupees. Operating cost. Down. Before costing is there, no costing.
Yeah, but
assembly cost you can put 500 rupees. You can't put directly. Oh, you can't put directly.
oh no, sorry, it will take from this with operation thing.
Operation cost, yes.
Okay, done.
Or else we have to create, but it will not link to this thing, but it is like considered as a separate item there.
Maybe some other entry is there. Some other entry is there where you can put some cost.
Let me open this. Maybe item operations we have to mention at least.
No, down. It may be variable actually. Come down. Maybe I think I saw some other option.
Okay.
Where you can put some cost.
Scrap quantity, scrap percentage is there, amount is there.
No, that is in the item description.
Mm-hmm.
In the BOM description.
Okay.
Down, yeah.
Down.
Down. That's all. Huh?
That's it, sir.
I think at the time of processing, I think it will we can put it over there.
So that is an inventory transaction, not a manufacturing transaction.
Yeah. So now when you actually make a work order, I think production process, I think you can put that. Okay, now we'll make 5 desktops.
Okay, I will submit this.
You can save it.
Can I submit this thing?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. It's submitted. So maybe as per their thing, like they were looking for, they will directly create a stock entry instead of creating work orders. Maybe that is the thing where we have to go, like, because instead of like these are the separate option to manufacturing, but they don't want to involve this process. So we can directly create a stock entry for that bill of material.
If you make a stock entry, it will minus all the the sub items.
The incoming,
no, sorry.
No. You have to go through a process only.
Then maybe we have to follow the work order and job creation thing.
Just make a work order without any
operation.
Yeah. Yes, without operation. 5 quantity, 1 you made. Okay, make it 5.
5.
Okay.
Everything has come. You have to transfer the quantity, I think, to the.
When we are doing submit, once we submit the document, it will. Work order in progress.
Not allow, everything is linked with each other, sir.
Everything make it in the same finished good. Everything same warehouse.
No, this is this is a working progress thing.
No, we'll put everything in the same warehouse because we are taking from there only, put back to there only.
No, not like that. We cannot do like that.
Okay.
Like it should be in separate workstation, then we have to move to the one workstation.
Now we have to do a transfer quantity. You have to do that.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So now work order is I think made, but it is not finished yet.
Yeah. Now we have created a work order. So we are going to start the work order now. I'm just clicking on set start. So once we select this work order start, it is saying transfer the material, like it is asking for the material, raw materials. So once you say that, it is going for the stock entry screen. So here we can see what are the required raw materials for that assembly. It is asking for the quantity. So once you've done that, the data like material stock will be deducted from the respective raw materials. So you have what is that available? Okay, this thing. Source warehouse. Finance. Yeah. So we can see this green indicates that stock is available for for those items.
Okay.
So I have done it. We can see now the stock ledger. So we can see here the minus quantity showing for those raw materials. CPU -5 deducted, -5 deducted, mouse is -10. So there is no stock for the mouse right now because we have used 2 mouse in a production. In a bill of material, you mentioned 2 mouses required for a single assembly, but we are making for a 5 work order. So it took 10
Now
number.
you open the work order. Work order, I think you can put cost also. Some charges you can put.
Cost.
Well, go to the work order. This is
Yeah, this
material
work order
transfer.
screen. This is work order screen.
This is the work order, huh?
Yeah.
Down you come, any costing is can put.
No.
That costing will be reflect from that operation screen only, I think.
Okay. So if you want to put operations, the costing you have to put one operation there.
Anyhow, if we go through this one, we have to go through the process, means the operation you have to define, then only that cost will come.
Yes, exactly. At least assembly also or something of the assembly process.
Or can we define something anywhere to put the costing part?
I think I saw in version 13, maybe it is there, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
Or what we can do, sir, is like we can give some separate field for that, saying like that costing. So once you submit or save the document, this costing will be updated for that field. Like that we can do.
But that calculation will not happen, no? Means number of items prepared, it will distribute. So your profit margin should get adjusted accordingly.
Yeah, that
Otherwise,
like what they are doing here is in the work order screen, they are taking a value like costing or thing will from the operations. But what we will do, we will calculate from our side and we will put in one single field. So that will get updated in the operating cost.
okay.
Anyway, they will have a value for the operation cost, how much they are giving for the operations. They will give amount for that. Instead of read only
Okay.
field, we can allow them to edit that. That's it.
Okay, means we'll create one field and in this one we'll tell like fetch from that field.
Yes, exactly. Or else maybe it is read-only screen, read-only field. We can enable for them. Like we can make it as a editable field. This
Okay.
operation.
Can you do like that?
Yeah, maybe it is possible. We can do it. No problem because this is our customization. So we can
Okay.
go to customize form. We can do that. Okay, cannot set unset read only field is a constant so company currency. Okay. Yeah, it is not allowing.
Yeah.
Then we have to use the some like we have to use create a separate field. There they have to provide that costing operation cost. Then from that field we will update to this field like that.
Yes.
Maybe we have to update in a JS file. We can. Okay.
Okay.
Getting.
Coding we have to do.
To update maybe we download or something like on save. Like we can do it like this. Oh, what we can do like that. On save or refresh. Some other trigger we can use. Refresh. FRM dot. fr dot set value. Okay, it is in bill of materials. Sorry, I was doing in the sales.
Sales invoice. That's what I was saying.
Okay. So like that we can do it. It will apply for that. Like else we can create new thing. Set value. Yeah. Instead of for that, we can create one custom field on top of that. Set above cost value. This currency. Currency cost value. Yeah, like this.
Yeah, 1 minute. Vikram. Vikram.
Yes, sir.
Can you check the costing?
Okay.
Anyway,
300.
it was calculating with the child table, but we can provide a value for that. No issue like this.
Okay. So total cost, it should be 500 plus this 520 divided by the this quantity also.
Once we save that, maybe it will total summing up. Maybe no, it is not.
Okay, then we check it. Okay, so cost for this desktop will be. Can you scroll? Total cost is.
Sorry, I will go open the desktop. Yeah.
Okay, so in desktop, 15,800.
But here cost price is not, putting cost is not reflecting